Hi, I'm Rob, and in this Gems of War video I'm going to take a look in the Soulforge and tell you what I think are the best weapons and troops to craft from there. Also be looking at this weekly event troop, this Ravatar's Tusk, and telling you what I think about that. Anyway, I recently defeated our local chess champion in less than 5 moves. And yes, he did look very surprised, but at least finally my school karate lessons finally came to some use. Anyway, Ravatar's Tusk, let's take a look at this. Deals damage to an enemy boosted by his life. If the enemy dies, create 8 death mark gems and skulls. The boost ratio is 3:1, so basically you take your amount of life you've got on this troop and divide it by 3 to get the damage boost. So yeah, not bad at all that. Create 8 death mark gems and skulls. That could be really, really good. And it's immune to death mark itself, so very good troop indeed. Absolutely grab that. I can see some really nice potential in this. Create 8 death mark gems and 8 skulls. Very, very good. Right, I'm going to give that a very solid 7 out of 10. It's possibly worth more than that, but the proof in the pudding, as they say, is in the eating. Preferably with some custard and a cup of tea or coffee and some biscuits afterwards. But maybe that's just being greedy. Anyway, take this up to mythic level if you absolutely can. Going to be really good. You can get this thing powered up, and at the same time it's going to help your kingdom levels in the long run. So yeah, we'll grab that. Let's do that now. In the bag, thank you very much. Whilst I'm here, I always like to grab spoils of war at the same time. It's only a few extra event keys, but you never know when they're going to come in handy, and if you've got the extra glory, then you may as well spend it. Alright, let's take a look in the Soulforge then and see what's going on in there this week. Forge of the Soul. Beastly Bow is the first weapon up. Deals magic based damage to an enemy boosted by beast allies. Then create a mix of 6 green and yellow gems for each beast ally. Uses blue and brown. Generates green and yellows. Obviously make sure those beast allies, at least a couple of them, use green and yellow. Otherwise you're just generating that mana for a laugh really, and it's like that's not really the idea, is it? Oh no. All these other weapons that are here all the time are in my Soulforge extra video. I'll put that in a link underneath the main description, so you can check that out if you want to check out all these other weapons and stuff. Let's see what else we got. Rope dart. Oh my goodness, you absolutely need this weapon. Essential weapon. One of the best weapons in the game. Top 3 easily. Probably top 2. It's like absolutely superb. Eliminates all armor from an enemy, no matter what their amount, deals magic based damage to them, then pulls them to first position. But even better are the upgrades on this thing. Tangling, it means it entangles them and doing it at the same time. And quick, if you get that, you get an extra turn as well. It's absolutely obscene basically. Strips away all armor, does damage, pulls them to first, entangles, and an extra turn. That's ludicrous. That's essential. That's why you need it. Stop everything, go get it now. Not now. Finish watching the video first, then get it. Do you see? Cat's Paw. Deal magic based damage to an enemy boosted by Pride Lands allies. Then create a mix of 6 green and red gems for each Pride Lands ally. So similarly to the other weapon, this uses the yellow and blue, creates green and red. So make sure those Pride Lands allies use some green and red to benefit from that lovely mana gen. Spear of the Pride. This is the anti-Pride Lands weapon for me. I call them the anti-weapon because they remove the gem colour which that team likes the most, typically, in this case red gems. Then deals damage to them, boosted by the gems removed. If the enemy is from Pride Lands or if the battle is in Pride Lands, deal double damage. So really effective against Pride Lands teams or teams in Pride Lands like that. So pretty cool. Black Mane's Claw. Magic based damage to an enemy boosted by Raksha allies. Then create a mix of 6 red and brown for each Raksha ally. So very similar to those other 2 weapons. This one uses yellow and green. Generates red and brown. So likewise make sure those Raksha allies use red and brown, or at least a couple of them do. Twin Claws. Explode. Magic +1 green gems. Grant a random status effect to all beast allies. Then summon a troop. Do love these explodey summony weapons. They're really good for getting the team charged up quickly, and you have the security of a summon as well in case things go wrong. Very, very nice indeed. Do love that. And have we got any more for any more? Shadowhunter's Claw. Deal magic +1 damage to the first 2 enemies. If a Shadow Hunter is on my team, gain 5 attack. So not essential, but a nice cheap weapon. These cheap weapons are always worth getting. Because quite often in the game, especially later on, some of your kingdoms will be blocked by the fact you need a certain amount of weapons from that kingdom charged up to the highest level. So always grab some of these cheap weapons if you can, if you fancy it. Alright, and that is it for the weapons. Let's move on to the troops. Start from the bottom and work our way up. Likewise, all the troops that are here all the time, not going to go over them again. They are going to be in my Soulforge extra video. I'll put the link in the description. First up, we have Libara. Magic-based damage to all enemies or life to all allies. The trouble with that is it's not even a pick one. Like the new element in the other troops where you get to choose one, you don't get to choose. It's just like you literally get one or the other, and you may actually want one thing specifically more than the other one, but keep on getting the other one, which makes her not actually that handy at all. So yeah, not great. I said her, presume it's a her, might not be. Kind of hard to tell. I'm not going there. Anyway, yeah. Mithrillion. Oh, I don't have this one. This is only one of 2 mythics I don't have yet, and I bet I ain't got enough, have I? Nowhere near it. Nah, didn't think I did. Never mind, I'll have to wait again until it comes around again. It's not that fantastic anyway. You hardly ever see it in teams. It sounds sort of okay on paper, but in reality it's just not going to be that great, even though the traits are actually pretty decent sounding. Reduce damage from spells by 50%. Reflect 75% of skull damage is an awful lot. That's almost doing the same skull damage to the enemy as what they do to you. But the spell is to explode a 3x3 block, gain magic-based armor, barrier a random ally for every skull destroyed. So yeah, it's very defensive. Overall, not that great. Quetzalma deals magic-based scatter damage boosted by a chosen gem color, except yellow. Then create 10 yellow gems and remove all gems of the chosen color. It's a pretty decent spell that, and it has a very high chance working, especially with a yellow storm. And the third trait, 20% chance to resurrect myself with full mana when I die. Use this thing during Guild Wars and at Eternal Dawn ends up roughly like 50%. So very, very good indeed. And it does summon a light storm at the start of battle, which is yellow. So very nice troop indeed is Quetzalma. Pharaoh Nefertani deals a rubbish amount of damage to an enemy boosted by Deathmark gems. Curse and disease all enemies. Yes, that really is it. It's not that great. I mean, the boost ratio is ×10. So if you've got a huge amount of Deathmark gems on the board, it could do a decent amount of damage, but still not great. And she's looking like she thinks her bum looks big in this. She's a bit concerned about that, but never mind. Pharaoh's Curse, Deathmark a random enemy when matching 4 or more gems, immune to poison, disease, lycanthropy and Deathmark, and gain 50% bonus souls from battle aura. So traits set, nothing fantastic. Oh, Craig, I've got to pick one of these, haven't I? Yeah, but yeah, I know who it's going to be already because most of them are rubbish. Right, let's take a look at the legendaries quickly. Captain Saltface, or Captain Saltclaw. Deal magic-based heavy splash damage to 2 random enemies boosted by blue gems. Not too bad. Heavy splash damage can deal a significant amount. Boosted by those blue gems. Give 2 magic to all rogue allies when matching 4 or more gems. Vidar the Vast. Underrated troops. One of the underrated troops in the game for me. Choose an enemy. There's a 10% chance to devour them, boosted by blue gems on the board. Otherwise, deal 42 damage, or magic-based damage. But it's that boost on blue gems which makes this usable. The boost ratio is ×4. I've actually done a team with 2 of these, showing how you can get multiple devours with Vidar the Vast and get games done really, really quickly sometimes. Very, very nice indeed. Who else we got? The Great Moor. Devour an ally, just absolutely outright. Providing they are not immune to devour, just gone, chomped, thank you very much. Create 8 yellow and 8 brown gems. The only weak thing is 1 cast only. This was a troop in the very early stages of the game. Things have progressed since then. Not that fantastic, but it can be good for a surprise element in a Guild Wars team or something like that. Sometimes you do see it every now and again. And Summit Imp. Deal magic-based scatter damage and create 7 red gems. If an enemy dies, gain 8 magic. Gain 8 magic on yellow gem matches is the main thing about this troop. In a yellow loopy team, you are going to boost this thing's magic up absolutely mahoosively. And mahoosively is a lot, in case you didn't know. Right, so who do we give our mythic of the week to? Well, it's not going to be Pharaoh. Does my bum look big in this Nefer face? It's not going to be Mithrillion. Libara's too random, so can only go to Quetzalma. Scatter damage boosted by a chosen gem colour, not yellow. Create 10 yellow gems. Can self-charge because it uses yellow itself, so it can do it all over again. Has a chance to resurrect with full mana when it dies, and has a summon. So not bad at all. A very, very good yellow mana generator there in Quetzalma. But there's the video. If you enjoyed it, it'd be really cool if you bash that like and subscribe button. I'll be back later on today with my world event video. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.